Hello Fish World. Today I'm going to be showing you how to take your crypts from 1 to 100. So this is Crypticorn tropica, but any of your crypts are going to be the same way, and what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to take one plant of crypt and turn it into 100 plants of crypt. As you can see in my tank, it's kind of become overgrown in here, and so I'm going to pull it out. I'm actually going to be transplanting it to this tank right here. As you can see, some of these plants in here aren't doing real well, and part of that is because when I first set this tank up, it was supposed to just be a guppy tank, but now we've got some bristlenose plecos in here, and one thing bristlenose love to eat is sword plants, and they have been busy munching on our sword plants. So we're going to probably leave the sword plant there because I don't mind if they eat it, that's fine, but we're going to add some crypts in there as well and provide some more place for our fry to grow up in and to hide in. So when you have a group of crypts, what you're going to do is you're going to pull out one plant. And if you look closely at these root systems here, you can see they're all kind of bunched. So we have a plant system, group plants right there, one there, one there. You can kind of see how the roots are all bunched together. And so we're going to pull out one of those bunches of roots. Then I'm going to show you how you can separate that plant and start growing a bunch of plants. So what I'm doing here is moving some of these leaves out of the way so I can get to the base of the stems. And when you're doing this, you want to get as close to the bottom of the stem as you can. And then very gently and very slowly, I'm pulling the plant right up out of the water. As you can see, there's lots of roots there. And here the plant is out of water. You can get a good look at the root growth and the plant in general. So before we move to the next part of the video, I just want to ask you guys, if you wouldn't mind, if you're enjoying this video, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot to Ian and I. It really helps us to be motivated to continue to make videos for you guys. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. So here we have our single Crypticorn tropica, and as you can see, there's a lot of stems here and quite a bit of plant root growth. And so what we do with crypts, and it's really easy actually to propagate these and to make more of them, what you're going to do is you're just going to come in here to the stem and you're just going to start pulling them apart. And so you can see kind of some places where they just naturally come apart a little bit. You can pull that off, and there's your new plant. Lost a leaf, and that we'll just throw away. And so I'll keep coming through, and they kind of have some natural where they break apart. And as you break them apart, so let's see, right here, it's hard to get this on camera for you, but I can see there's some, distinction right here between this plant here from this plant here. So I'm just going to pull those apart slowly and carefully. And a lot of times you're doing this, you'll realize, oh, hey, this is even more plants than I thought. But this is a really good size one, and it's pretty much a complete plant here. Doesn't look like anything else is really going to come off that real easily. It looks like it's just one piece. So there's a second plant we have. Now we're going to come back to this one, and again, looks like we can split off another plant. So there's 3 plants, and here's a 4th plant. And so just like that, we took our 1 plant and we were able to make it into 4 plants. Now sometimes when you do this, you'll find that you can make 20 plants. Other times it'll just be a few that I'll come across. And this is actually a smaller group than I was expecting with how big the plant was and how many stems there were. But we have 4 very clearly distinct separate plants now. And if you do this over and over again, before long you can go from having 1 crypt to 100 crypts. So there's one more step you're going to want to take before you go ahead and replant these, and that is to do something with these roots. Now, if you tried to plant a plant with roots that are this long, you're really going to struggle getting those to root for you and start growing in your substrate, or just even keep them in your substrate. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our roots, we're just going to cut them right down. So we cut off quite a bit of our root structure there. So what's going to happen is when you plant this in your tank or wherever you're moving it to, you'll be able to plant a whole lot easier, but the roots are going to be really looking to grow. And so you're not going to get a lot of growth on your structure of your plant and your stems of your plant first, because most of the growth in your plant is going to be taking place under the substrate, and that is if your root growth. So I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting these before I get them planted. So we've got our crypt all planted in here now. We've got our large one right there. We put one of our smaller ones here beside it. There's another two. There's one back there a little bit, and the last one's really hard to see on the video, but there's another one's back there. You can just see a little bit of the leaves sticking out. And that is all 4 of our crypts. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to go from one crypt to multiple crypts, and before long this plant's gonna grow up quite a bit more, and each one of these plants is going to become bigger and be ready to, if I want to, split them off again. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more about Crypts tropica, make sure to check out this video here. It's going to talk to you about how the plant grows over time. It's going to show you how it looks when it's from its immersed growth to submerged growth, or when it's grown out of water to when it's grown in water. And you're going to be able to get a good idea, if you go and buy this plant, what it's going to look like when you buy it and how it's going to change over time. So thanks again for watching, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you come back and watch some more of our videos. Have a good one.